Attention, Beatle people.
Hey, this is not a drill. It's not a chisel either. It's Mark and Col. Back to body for as long as the shilly lasts in the meter with another podcast. And it's, again, still called Beatleplaces with Mark. No, I got that wrong.
Wind it back.
Okay, the show's called Beatleplaces with Mark and Col. How do you do? And we're convenient enough that's our names.
Oh, funny that. Yeah, that's strange.
So that's what we aim to do.
Aye, yeah. Well, funnier than that, last line will be the marvellous show that we have for you tonight.
Yeah, no question.
It's featuring Beatles with an A.
Yes,
because there's an A in Beatles.
Yes.
Our alphabetical scenic tour of all things Beatle and all things Liverpool.
It's true, you know. It's true.
Welcome, man, woman and children of all shoe sizes and everything else.
We could do it. There's 26 episodes of this particular idea, as you can guess. But if you did the Chinese alphabet, I'm not sure how many years we'd last out.
Start at the end.
We'll do Beatles with an A. This time around, it's the letter
B.
Correct.
It is.
It is, yes. So, and by the...
Left. No.
And by the...
Light of the silvery moon.
No.
No. By the power of grace.
No.
By the time I get to Phoenix.
No. And by the way... A splendid time is guaranteed for all. It's the Beatleplaces podcast with Mark and Col. We haven't planned the show, so nothing can go wrong.
Right, funnily enough, I'm going to talk about the letter B.
No way.
It's the second letter in the alphabet.
I believe so.
And
let's have it relating to Beatles stuff. Eh?
Okay, well,
all
Beatles
right.
begins with a B because that's the B for Beatles.
Oh, well, we can't go wrong tonight then, can we?
Sang a song on their first album called Boys, written by Dixon and Farrell, or Pharrell, whatever you want to call it. In their early days in Hamburg and Liverpool, the Beatles, while waiting to go on stage, to their horror, often heard the band prior to them playing much of their songs and their repertoire and everything that they were going to do. So they deliberately sought out some obscure songs and ones that people hadn't played before. And Boys was discovered as a slow and sultry B-side of a Shirelles 1960 hit, Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? So the Beatles revved it up into a rocker, and in 1997, Paul remembered the lack of a gender change in the lyrics as being done for laughs, because they're singing about boys.
Well, it took me a while for it to sink in. In fact, it didn't matter so much. It was just a really good rocking tune. Boys is about girls liking boys, it says in the text, or the subtext of the song. And now I get it, but I don't care very much.
And Ringo sang it.
Ringo sang it. I think John originally tried to sing it.
Yeah, Paul and John scream at Ringo to sort of break the ice for him, and he sort of settled into it and enjoyed himself singing that. So that was Boys from their very first album. There's also another B on that album as well.
Let me hazard a guess here.
Go on.
First album.
Please me.
And there they were. B, not Arthur Alexander's song, is it? Besame? No, not Besame Mucho.
No.
Funnily enough, it's not coming to me.
It's by David Williams and Bacharach.
Baby It's You.
Bacharach. Baby It's You. Correct. Well done. It was recorded late in the day when they did that one. Bit of not too good.
Actually,
bit of George's ropey guitar solo. It's written down here, but. It was a top 10 hit for the Shirelles again.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la. I remember that bit in it.
And Burt Bacharach wrote part of the song, and the Beatles sort of carried it over with a couple of guitar chords, harmonies carrying the tune,
Yeah,
really, and that was it.
It was
Quite
kind of a staple for the show that they did. I mean, if they did shows in Liverpool, they did sing it.
Yeah.
And I've seen a Hamburg sort of bootleg, if you want to call it that, these Live at the Star Club. I'm not sure if it's on that, but you could tell they would have put that in the repertoire just to have a bit of sort of pace and sort of change of the tunes, the mood even, just because they needed a rest, so they sang a slower song.
Yeah, because the first album was mainly what they did on stage, wasn't it? That was with a couple of extra little bits thrown in.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah,
it was
I'd agree.
them, really,
yeah, and
as it was.
All them songs on the first album I still enjoy a lot. They liked them, and before they got into like self-composition that much, Hard Day's Night and beyond, they picked some really rocking tunes that I really liked. Arthur Alexander I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
And it turns out, 2 or 3 of his are on there. There's Chains on there. I quite like that.
Yeah.
It just old-fashioned, the love of Motown's out very obviously on the first album.
Yeah.
And it's a good little album. So, yeah.
Yeah, but funnily enough, the second album hasn't got a B track on it at all.
Well, we could write to them, but no one will answer our letters.
No, probably not. No, a bit of a letdown there.
Good question.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
good. So there's a B. It's a song, and I've got a B for you, Mark.
Go on, then.
We're talking about something Mark really likes. We're talking about Beatle people. Beatle people, and there's a B, but it's a bunch of Beatle people. How about that for alliteration?
Go on.
Bonzo Dog Doodah Band.
Oh, wonderful.
Well,
wonderful,
Mark's
wonderful.
a huge fan. We've seen them. And Neil Innes, sadly, mainstay of the Bonzos as well as Viv Stanshall, sadly gone. But Mark shook his hand. I keep on saying who Mark has shook his hand. You should shake my hand one day.
I will, yeah.
And
After you've washed it.
After I've washed it, yeah. But there they were. So many of the key British musicians of the 60s came out of art school, and one bunch of them were the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band.
Correct.
And John Lennon was a big fan of theirs, and they really got some prominence because they were on the kids' TV show at the time when the Beatles kind of came across them and noticed them, and of course they must have bumped into them in Abbey Road when they were recording all kinds of albums in the late 60s. As it was, George Harrison became fairly good friends, in fact live-in friends, wasn't he? With one of the people from the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band, a fellow called Legs Larry Smith. And George even wrote a song called They Call Him Legs Larry.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you've never heard of this band, check them out because they featured on the Magical Mystery Tour film. Because they sang Death Cab for Cutie, which I like, actually. It's a weird song, but it's a weird song.
And then the group named themselves, the Death Cab for Cutie group named themselves.
There is a Death Cab for Cutie band, American band.
After that song.
And I like one of their songs as well, so it goes around and comes around. But the Bonzos just carried on the art school surrealist stuff. They liked old-fashioned 20s tunes. They just brought anything into their mixture of oddities and odd ways of playing songs. Paul McCartney, as you will probably know, the more I'm talking about it, he helped produce a single for Neil Innes, part of the Bonzos, mostly Neil, called I'm the Urban Spaceman. He produced the single. Check it out. It's a good little tune.
And he called himself Apollo C. Vermouth.
Yeah, famously, yeah.
Right.
Just to cover his tracks, I think. But he often used false names and things.
And Harry Nilsson was also a sort of a part of the same clan as Legs Larry Smith and also
Inner Circle stuff.
Yeah, Keith Moon as well.
Yeah, they
all sort of went out together and got very drunk.
In LA, it's just like the Mad Weekend, the Long Weekend, I think, with John Lennon famously. But as people go, and as a bunch of them, the Bonzos were a big old deal. Their tunes are great. They really are still good. Neil Innes, I independently like him because he did the Ruttles, which is a homage to the Beatles anyway, which George got involved in. He wrote all the tunes for the Ruttles albums, and all of them that are there are great. Sadly, he's gone. But we've got those tunes, and the last one I was learning to play the other week was My Little Ukulele.
Ah.
I was learning that one myself on my
Yes,
guitar.
I like that one.
Yeah, and there's a few rude lines in there about.
You think it's going to be something else?
It's double entendres, missus.
It is.
There you go. That's a Beatle people, and it's a bunch of them, the Bonzos.
And actually, what are we listening to?
He said, mid-gulp,
Aye.
this is Beatles with an A, everyone. On Beatleplaces with Mark and Col.
Aye! And this is the umpteenth podcast we've done.
We have done a few now.
We've done a few.
Yeah, we've done a few, yeah. Good and bad.
I haven't done one for a while because a couple of mistakes, and then I wasn't well. And then it was Christmas.
Let's be fair, I forgot a few of them as well. So
well, that's what happens when you want to be perfect.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Yeah, never mind.
Anyway, Mark.
It's all part of the growing old and
being dull.
Aye.
So there's Mark over there, looking interested and fairly studious. What have you got, Mark?
I have a book with me called A Hard Day's Right, stories behind all the Beatles songs. And this is another B called Babies in Black.
Oh, yeah.
Simple song, simple story. Boy loves girl, girl loves another boy. Other boy doesn't love girl, girl is sad.
Hang on, start again. Where were we? I'm making notes here.
Right, but boy, girl, girl, boy. Guess.
Yeah, okay.
So they wrote this one in 1964 from start to finish, right, all in one go.
Wow.
Sort of facing each other. One did one line, one did the other.
Eyeball to eyeball, they used to call it, didn't they?
It was given a middle eight by another partner sometimes, or awkward lines were improved and stuff like that. So they said it would be daft to sit around waiting for a partner to finish your song off with you, explained Paul at the time. If you happen to be on your own, you might as well get it finished yourself. If I get stuck in the middle eight of a new number, I give up, knowing that when I see John, he'll finish it off for me. He'll bring a new approach to it and freshen it up, and we sort of do half and half, Lennon and McCartney. Babies in Black, a genuine joint effort, the first since I Wanna Hold Your Hand, almost a year before, and it was the first one to be recorded for the album Beatles for Sale. Sort of a dark, bluesy sort of song.
Oh yeah, it's got a good beginning riff. Yeah, musically, it's interesting.
It's one you don't listen to very often.
No, not that much.
Put it on again a bit more.
Yeah. Well, you've just told me you've got the Blue and the Red albums for Crimbo.
Oh, I.
And has it got them in anything like that in there?
I can't remember, to be honest.
There's loads of records. There's loads of versions.
There's some new songs on it compared to the LP version that came out quite a few years ago. But
cleaned up and improved.
Other mixes, and obviously it's got the new single on it.
Oh, yeah. We can talk about that when we get to the ends.
We will. The end.
In 38 years from now.
Time. If I'm still here.
That's interesting, yeah. Babies in Black. It's a good old tune, really. Good old tune. Time for that. So rolling on with the buzz. Here's a B that might cause some interest. We're talking about Beatles songs, Beatle places, Beatle people. Here's a Beatle place. A few local ones that me and Mark know fairly well, and that's because we live here. Some B's. B for Bravo, if you're on using the police alphabet.
Right.
So Beatleplaces, there's a B, was a barber shop. That's another B with an S at the end. And that featured in the song Penny Lane. So that was the gentleman who ran the shop, Bialetti. Later to be replaced by the name Tony Slavin. Not quite as jazzy and sexy. But that was it. There really was a barber's in Penny Lane called Beatleplaces. When you go up there, if you look at the song and you look at the place, you realise, there were banks... and there was a bank manager, I'm certain of that. There was at least 3 that I counted, because there was 3 banks in Penny Lane. And there's a barber's, and there's a cake shop, and there's something else, flower shop. There's a few things up there, but BLS is the most famous one there, because the fact about it was John and Paul both got their hair cut there. George maybe so, not so sure. Maybe Wavertree Way. But the other odd fact that people may not know is that if you were a person who was an orphan who lived in Strawberry Field, you got your free haircut from BLS's. You got a free haircut, and that's what happened, because there were mostly boys going to Strawberry Fields Orphanage, run by the Salvation Army, and for a while it was mixed even, but it closed early doors. But strangely enough, if you were there at that time, you would have noticed that Mr. Bialetti, being an Italian gentleman, he was very interested in Italian warfare and militaria, and he had stuff on the wall that was like. I'm not sure if it
memorabilia.
was like if you like war memorabilia, but it was Italian stuff. And I'm not sure if he had like armor plating and not saying he had tanks stapled to the wall, but swords and things, you know,
tank,
crazy stuff. But that was Mr. Bialetti. How about another little B before Mark kicks off with something else?
Go on then.
What about Blacklers? We've all done. We've all been to Blacklers, haven't we?
Yep. Lovely grotto there.
Blacklers was a very famous, once upon a time famous, Liverpool department store. We remember it as kids because it had a bloody good grotto, really good Christmas grotto. The store was pretty good. It sold a bit of everything like department stores used to do. And it was old-fashioned, just like if anyone catches those shows like Are You Being Served? Maybe a bit like that. Not quite the actors that went in it, but it was kind of on that level of department store that sold school blazers and nice shirts and
bit of everything,
toys and things, yeah. But famously, it was famous for its grotto, which was a Father Christmas grotto thing. And it's just symbolic that most Liverpool kids remember the grotto most of all. Sadly, Blacklers ain't there no more.
I remember wooden banisters and stuff like that. And you don't get any more. They're all plastic rubbish.
As we're aware now, George got an apprenticeship there, originally to be a window dresser. You can't picture that, can you?
No.
But he did get a proper job as an apprentice electrician. So he worked there in Blacklers department store, fixing the lifts and stuff like that. But he was always nicking off and sagging off and going off hamburgers from the local Wimpy, it's been said, as well as having a crafty beer in the Yateses. You know what the Yates is, don't you, Mark?
I do.
So Yates was
a drinking lodge
that sold wine, refined wine.
From Australia.
Mostly from the Australian Antipodean area. And I've drunken Yates. It's a bit rough and ready, but it's all right. It's all right, and it's right across the road from Blacklers. So famously, there was Blacklers, an old place where George worked, and most of the Beatles probably went to as little kids, just like me and Mark. It's Beatles with an A, with Mark and Col. Over to Mark.
Right. Thank you very much.
I'm there.
I'm going to ask you a question, okay? It's all about a song called Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite.
Oh,
and I'd like to know the poster that he got the words from the song, Pablo Funky's Circus Royal, to be honest.
Oh.
Do you know what year the poster was printed in?
Oh.
When was it? When was the circus done, and where was it?
I know you're covering it up with your hands, I can see.
Yeah.
But it's a famous one because there's that picture of John stood next to it going, look at what I got. No, the story goes John bought that.
And which town is in England?
John went shopping while the Magical Mystery Tour was being made, and local to where he was, not local where he lives, where they were doing location shooting, he found this antique shop. And in the antique shop was that poster, and that poster is all about the fair and Pablo Funky and a horse and the Hendersons are all mentioned on it, and the year it is for, because you know in my house I've got one of them sort of posters from a local theatre here, so the year.
The place was Knoll Park near Sevenoaks. Anyway, that's where the antique shop was.
Well, Knoll Park is where they filmed all the Paperback Writer and all them sort of. That's famously what they did there. Have I got my stories mixed up? Was it not Magical Mystery Tour? Probably not. Probably the Paperback Writer stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah, bunch of good videos. That's all they were. Rain and them. So the year, I'm gonna throw a guess out and say 1897.
Oh no, you're quite out by a bit actually.
I'm quite out by a bit.
Quite out, bit out by an out.
I'm a bit out by a quite.
You're out by a quite. Yes. 1843, the poster was printed. Pablo Funky's Circus Royal would be presenting the grandest night of the season In Town Meadows, Rochdale.
Well, I knew it was Rochdale,
Aye.
which is Lancashire near Liverpool. And so it's funny, that was found down south. That
Aye.
antique was found in the south of England. And the poster is from the north, west of England. So it's an oddity like that, but it's a fantastic little bit of memorabilia.
Mr. J. Henderson.
I wonder how much it would fetch in a auction.
Oh,
So that one he
that
has.
one.
I wonder how much it would
It's-
fetch.
At the moment, it's hanging in the bedroom of Sean Lennon at the moment.
Oh, is it now really?
That's what it says here.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he'd understand that in the context of what it was, but you know, the Beatles themselves loved all that sort of old-fashioned theatre stuff because Liverpool itself was, I would say, it had a good number of theatres and places like
Yeah.
theatre shows, variety show theatres like the Pivy, and places like the Shaky, the Shakespeare.
There's picture of Pablo
Oh, the
Funky's
real
there.
man.
He died in Stockport. He was a celebrated Victorian circus owner, and Mr. Kite was William Kite, the son of a circus proprietor, James Kite, and an all-round performer. He performed in Kite's Pavilion Circus and was also with Wells Circus as well. So
That's a great
they've
bit of
been
research.
all over the
That's
place.
lovely research. That well done, you.
And Pablo Funky, by the way, was a multi-talented performer who became the first black circus proprietor in Britain. And his real name was William Darby, and he was born in Norwich.
That wouldn't help the song, would it? William Darby. No, prefer Pablo.
Yeah, Pablo Funky.
That kind of
a lot
it's
better.
kind of like
I think I'll call myself that in future.
yes, Pablo.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, starting now.
Right, go.
So Pablo and Col are here doing Beatleplaces with Pablo and Col for another evening doing the letter B because we're doing Beatles with an A. And there's a little bit of interesting trivia from our time. Let's do in the middle of things
Aye.
a quiz.
Super.
I tell
You
you what,
ask me some
I'll
questions.
ask yonder Mark
Aye.
a question or seven.
By the way, you're listening to Beatleplaces with Mark and Cole, performing here on February the 8th.
Oh well, if you're going to put a
And
date,
it's freezing cold and all.
bloody freezing, yeah.
Aye.
But it's been a rotten night, rotten day, and we're stuck with it. So here we go. So
On the up now, we're on the up.
mention places. So let's do a quizzy
Go
on Beatles song locations.
Right.
Beatles song
I'm ready.
locations. Okay. Here we go. I'll give you 5, and then you can have a turn with this as well. So these are from the excellent book. This guy is wonderful.
He is.
The Brain Buster Beatles quiz book. What's that name? It's kind of smallish writing.
Mrs.
Gertrude Cocklehurst.
Steinway. No?
It's me. I
it's
wrote
you,
this.
Colin Gardner,
But
it
it's
says
that
there.
long ago I did it. I've forgotten the answers. So
It's in
that's
Braille.
That's good. So I'm going to feel the first question.
Right.
And it says this: name the Beatles song where these locations are mentioned.
Right.
Okay,
Go on then.
that's it. That's the premise. Right, five questions. Give us 5 answers, and we'll stagger this. We'll have it in a bit.
Stagger. I'm staggered already.
You look it. Looks like you just come off a horse. Right. So name this Beatles song where locations are mentioned. First one, Liverpool.
Ah.
Right. Second one, Dakota. There's a song with Dakota in it.
Is there?
Yeah. Number 3, a place called Kirkcaldy.
Aye.
Number 4, Beatle place, Amsterdam.
Aye.
Number 5, Eiffel Tower.
Oh.
Eiffel Tower. So those locations again, Liverpool, there's a Beatles song mentions that. Dakota, there's a Beatles song that mentions that. Kirkcaldy, there's a Beatles song that mentions that. Amsterdam and the Eiffel Tower.
Well,
Eiffel Tower.
I know one definitely.
Oh, I do use.
One I'm not too sure about, and the other 2 I haven't got a clue. The other 3 I haven't got a clue what it is.
That's all part of the fun, isn't it?
It is,
you know
yes,
what I
yes.
mean? You know, you don't know till you know.
Let me ponder.
So Mark's pondering.
Should
So
I'll have a think while you're doing
let me do a little featurette.
the next featurette.
A little featurette, and we're sort of
Hardface.
off the Beatle track a bit, but you know
Off
we'll
the
see.
Beatle
We'll see.
track. That's very good, isn't it?
Well, famously, yes. It's got to be in it anyway, so that's my excuse for talking about the Free as a Bird video. Does everyone remember that when it was released?
I do.
Can't remember the year, 94, 95, I think it was.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Blimey.
So, for the Beatle video, they promoted the song Free as a Bird. Remember, that was
With a dove in it.
We talked about Now and Then.
Aye.
The first version of a rekindled Beatles was this, Free as a Bird. So it was the best recording they had available, which with the technology available, they made. It's a pretty good song. I mean, they could do an AI version of it now and make it.
It would be unrecognisable now, really.
So there it was, 1995. They released Free as a Bird, and they included a very imaginative video that came with it, directed by a guy called Joe Pitka. And he came up with the idea of using Beatle references in the song itself while telling the story and just playing the song.
Yep.
So there are a lot of Beatle iconography in the video, Beatle hints, some are subtle, some I didn't spot first time around.
You have to keep watching it to...
And unfortunately, like videos, you have to keep watching it. So this was perfect MTV fodder, but MTV's long gone. So what you can notice is, what Beatle references am I talking about when I say these? What you notice in the video are the following. The sound of a bird's wings flapping can be heard.
Aye.
What song's that from? I'll tell you, because it's not
Go on, then.
Across the Universe.
Is it? Well...
So there's a picture of George on the mantelpiece, and next to it is a old brown shoe. I've never noticed
I've
that.
never noticed that either.
Oh.
I know there's a photograph there.
Well, I don't know if they're interpreting the video or they know this is in the video on purpose. I'm not that sure.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it again.
Yeah, I can't. Then we're watching it again. The sun comes through the window.
Yeah.
Here comes the sun.
Oh.
So you could say that's
Maybe.
There's a maybe there, isn't
Aye.
it? People run and hide their heads.
Do they?
Yeah, apparently.
I hadn't noticed
And
that
the song Rain says that lyric. So I think there's a bunch of kids running down a jigger, an entry.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice
One with
it
the pig's head on.
One with the pig's head on, newspaper taxis and so on.
Yep.
But I kind of don't connect that with Rain. The bouncer, which is Paddy Delaney, has a noticeable flat top. Really, that's a little obscure.
That's very obscure.
Flat top being
just a haircut, isn't it? That's all.
Buzz haircut.
Aye.
And so they've said that's part of Come Together.
Is this?
I think this little feature's a little off the mark here.
What a load of rubbish.
It will be, but I'll finish this load
go
of
on,
rubbish. There's a silver hammer next to the bakery.
Is there?
When they're in Penny Lane. Silver hammer.
I know there's a fireman.
Fireman and a nurse, pretty nurse. Maxwell Silver Hammer, that refers to. See how they run, the kids. They say that's a reference to Lady Madonna. There were kids running, like I said, in the entry, the jigger. So again, maybe it's what they think, maybe it's what they know. The video has a barrow in the marketplace, like in Obla Di Obla Da.
Does it?
There's a nurse with poppies and a tray.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and that's Penny Lane. No two ways about that.
No problem with that one.
There's even a 64th birthday cake.
Yes, I seem to remember that.
Something's delivered, isn't it?
Something there.
I remember the car crash with Tara Brown and all that. And finally, a crowd of people have stood and stared around the car crash, which refers to a day in the life.
Aye.
All those are in the Free as a Bird video, I believe.
Well, let's sit down and watch it now. That's what people are doing at the moment. Let's go. Pause.
Not quite
pause
yet.
this.
Yeah, pause this.
Pause this.
Piece of nonsense.
We'll stop for a moment.
We'll stop for a moment and we'll put on a jingle.
Right.
It's Beatleplaces podcast with Mark and Col, radio's answer to naked attraction.
Excellent.
Hello, everyone. It's
Welcome.
Mark and it's Col.
It is. It's Mark and it's Col.
And it's the Beatleplaces podcast with Mark and Col.
Hooray!
Funnily enough, and if only we were. And with this week and for a couple of weeks to come, we're doing Beatles with an A, an alphabetical wander through the Beatles' wonderfulness.
Oh.
And here we are doing Letter B for Bertie. What do you got, Mark?
Well, nothing at the moment, really. Do you want me to try and think of these answers?
You dig up some answers and let me recite to the folks a Beatleplace, and then we'll do a Beatles song.
Right.
We'll do a Beatles song. In fact, I might mention all the songs that the Beatles have done. We know these places because we passed them so much anyway.
Yeah.
Another B, but kind of Mark related. A place called 92 Broadway Avenue. 92 Broadway Avenue.
Not far from my house.
It's not far from where Mark lives, and it's in a place called Wallasey. And Wallasey is over the water, as we call it here. When people don't live in Liverpool, over the River Mersey is a place called the Wirral. And the Wirral has all these places like Wallasey, Birkenhead. You've heard these things because the Beatles played at gigs in these places. And also they had lots of family over here as well. And that includes a time when Paul and the McCartney family stayed at 92 Broadway Avenue when Jim, his dad, was working in a local munitions factory called Napier's. I'm not sure where Napier's was.
I was just going to ask you, do you have any idea where Napier's was?
Yeah, Napier's, supposedly. But a lot of Paul's family were living over this side of the water, and that included his Uncle Albert, who we saw a song about.
Auntie Gin.
And later Mike McCartney, his brother, who lives here permanently.
He does.
He lives in a place called Heswall. And sometimes you see him, sometimes you don't. Usually shopping in Tesco's. So there you go, a little interesting B.
Super.
92 Broadway. What's going on? What have you got?
Well, I've been trying to think of this song that mentions Liverpool, and the only one I can think of is Maggie May.
It is Maggie May.
Ah!
But I'll give you all the answers in just a tick. So
Right.
You got a quiz for me, kid?
Yeah, right, okay. Are you ready for this?
I'm kind of ready, you know me.
Right, eyes down looking.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Right.
Okay, as ever, as I can be, as much as I can be.
Okay.
What you got?
Beatle lives, sort of when they were born, where they were born, how old they were when they were born, and things like that. Right. Where was John born? Okay. Where was George born? All right. Where is Stu Sutcliffe buried? And where is Brian Epstein buried? So, all right. Where was John born? Where was George born? Where was Stu Sutcliffe buried? And where is Brian Epstein buried?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
4 questions there. So I can hear people thinking, I don't know.
I might go on that well-known search engine of ours, but that's best not. If you're a Beatle lover and Beatle expert, think it through. Just think it through. Do you know the answer? Possibly yes. I would say a good idea would be it's somewhere in the world.
That's a good place to start.
I often go there when I've got me doubts. So, Mark,
Right.
our answers will come up any minute now. Once we've done a little bit of a featurette.
Right.
Can I do this one for you?
If you must.
B is the letter. Beatles is the band.
Aye.
Band starts with a B, but this is about websites with the Beatles in them. Now, if anyone has explored the internet, it's a very interesting phenomenon. I suggest you go there once in a while. But lots to do on it, but it does include a heck of a lot of Beatle websites. And a little book I've got, which is The Rough Guide to the Beatles. Fantastic book. We'll point out the best ones to go and look up. I'll just mention a couple of them.
Aye.
And, of course, the official Beatles website, pretty much a go-to website.
Yeah, Beatles.com, isn't it?
Yeah, for all the latest news and releases and things they're up to. And they've got a little shop on there as well. Little shop, bloody massive. Yeah. But, it will talk about what's out there, what's up and coming, what's happening individually. You can tell that there's still a phenomenal amount of stuff that they can release and redo and remix and deliver. And that's what makes it kind of exciting. But you can understand a spin-off from that would be individual solo websites for Paul and John and Ringo and Dave, the other guy, and
Bert.
And Bert, B. So they're all out there too. So the other ones I like here are things to do with, here's one, BeatlesMoney.com. Good searchable site that extracts quotations from a range of printed sources covering the financial matters of the publishing firms Lenmac, which is the American publishing bit, Northern Songs, Apple, etc. It ranges from all the legal affidavits to facsimiles of all the NEMS contracts and to photocopies of cleaning bills even.
No.
There's much of interest here. I think that's an odd thing.
I've never looked at that.
That's an odd thing to kind of pick up, and I think I'll specialise in that, you know. So, wow.
Dig into that.
Yeah. So this little book is pretty good on bunches of things. And I like this particular one, Unheard Beatles. Unheard Beatles.
Unheard Beatles.
Now, we've got their catalogue, their canon of hits, well known and well available. Great. They did 200 odd songs of their own. Most of their stuff's been recorded, but some of it never reached record. It was all done in their club days, and when they played as a wee band, just 4 little lads. And here's a couple of tunes, which they never got round to recording. Maybe there's private recordings of them when they were Moondogs, Quarrymen, early Beatles, but we'll never know that. It'll depend on them. Here's a couple of songs. One song they sang was How High the Moon. That's an old Les Paul, the American guitarist guy, with his wife Mary Ford. Beautiful Dreamer by Slim Whitman.
Whoa.
Slim Whitman. Love Me Tender, they used to sing, but we've never really heard that many Elvis songs on Beatles.
No.
Are there any?
I think there might be something maybe on BBC recording sessions.
Yeah, you could say that's repertoire just on record, really. That's a playlist, really. That's what they would do. Buddy Holly, not too many. Maybe Baby never got recorded. Good Golly Miss Molly, they sang a lot.
Yeah.
Now, my old workmate, May, she used to go and see them at the Cavern a lot, and she said she'd always shout them and ask them to sing like Shaking All Over. That you think that's one other band's stuff, but no, they used to play Shaking All Over, depending what the people wanted. They were very good at things like that. They used to play instrumentals like the Harry Lime theme. The Harry Lime theme.
That's the one, yeah.
That one, except in tune.
In tune,
and
better.
and then the one I like, which basically I like because I can play it, the Darktown Strutter's Ball, which is the old, I think it was a Fats Domino, Joe Brown.
Not too sure.
Pretty sure, yeah. Joe Brown and the Brothers with a V, they sang it, and George copied it. So that's another one that was never ever recorded, and probably an oddest one of all. And to finish with, Little Eva's song, The Locomotion. The Locomotion. 1960s, so it's quite, late on, before they were just on the verge of being famous, they are the songs they were singing in the clubs. Beatles Unheard. It's available, folks. It's in the rough guide to the Beatles, which I'd recommend to you.
It's the Beatleplaces podcast with Mark and Carl. It's all about the Fab Four by the Terrific Two.
Right. Doing a thing, what's happened on this day? Pardon me. Today is Thursday, is it not?
I've noticed it.
And it's the 8th of February.
I've noticed that too, yeah.
So going back to 1968, it was exactly the same. Thursday, the 8th of
You
February.
mean it was a Thursday? Oh, right, the same day, the same date.
Yes, yeah, Thursday, the 8th of February.
There it is in print, so it must be true.
And they, in the studio, they were overdubbing and finalising the song called The Inner Light. That's
George song.
Yep, and also completing John Lennon's Across the Universe. And John was sort of unsure what the song needed in the way of instruments. George Martin played an organ, and John himself contributed a mellotron piece, but both pieces were wiped off the tape and replaced by a tone pedal guitar played by John, maracas by George, and a piano by Paul. And there was backwards bass guitar and a drum track recorded at the end of the 4th of February session. That was wiped as well, and replaced by some lovely harmonised backing vocals by John, Paul and George. And Jeff Emmerich, the engineer, said Across the Universe was a superb performance from John. He put so much feeling into the song, his vocal was incredible. But John sort of wasn't too happy with it and thought, leave it on the shelf, leave Across the Universe on the shelf, do The Inner Light instead. And that was George Harrison's first B-side on a single.
Oh, right. So
with the Inner Light.
I know Something was out there as one of the last single, the second to last single by the band.
Yeah,
so that's a surprise. It's as late as that.
That was the Inner Light. So Across the Universe wasn't used as a single. It was set aside for use on a charity album.
It was.
For the World Wildlife Fund, conceived by comedian Spike Milligan in December 1967. But the LP, No One's Gonna Change Our World, the title based on the lyric of Across the Universe, wasn't released until December 1969. And then it was adorned with some sound effects and doing a stereo remix at Abbey Road in 1969 on 2nd of October 69. In the end, it all mixed around, fiddled around with, and a mono mix was reissued, and the World Wildlife album was issued only in stereo.
I see. Right. So it was a
bit of a mixture.
Another
of all
mix. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's surprising. I know that's a rare one that's out there. It is definitely. It was odd that the Beatles released what they did and let that go. But there you go. Maybe John didn't put much weight on it. He didn't consider it too much.
No, he thought it was a bit
bit thin.
Bit thin, yeah. He wasn't very rarely content with his own work. Even others were quite happy with it, lavishing heaps of praise and stuff like that. But he said, "No, I don't like it very much."
He didn't talk like that.
Well, I'm doing
unless he had a cold.
I'm doing my best. So that was Thursday, the 8th of February, which, funnily enough, is today, and back in 1968.
I bet it was as dark as it is out there then.
Probably raining and snowing like it is here.
All this horribleness we've
freezing
got.
Cold. Anyway, back to the sunshine.
Well, back to the sunshine. And the sunshine being it's Beatleplaces with Mark and Col. And guess what, Mark? It's time for a jingle.
A cup of tea.
Oh, well, okay.
And a biscuit.
All right.
Turn the jingle on.
It's Beatleplaces podcast with Mark and Carl. A sure cure for insomnia.
Hi everyone, welcome back.
Hey.
Mark and Carl doing our best as usual with Beatles with an A show. This time it's Beatles with a B, and we're doing the letter B, which I believe is the second letter of the official alphabet that we use. And we're doing things B and things Beatle. And here we are.
Right.
So how about we get the questions done?
Go on then. You ask me those questions.
I posed some questions about places.
I haven't peeked.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Whatever.
So I gave Mark a quiz. Mark gave me a quiz. It's all from a marvellous tome called Brainbuster Beatles Quiz Book, written by truly yours. Yours truly. That's
You've even signed it to yourself.
Did I? Lots of love.
To Colin.
That's me, all right.
Yeah.
There's a picture of me leaning against a lamppost. Yeah.
Is that a ukulele in your hand?
Yeah, it is. I hope so. Before the police came, anyway. Beatles song locations was the questions. 5 of them for Mark to pose over. So we said, what songs which featured these locations are in the Beatles songs? Liverpool.
And I think I guessed rightly with Maggie May. That's the only one I could think of, and it was right.
You're not that wrong. Yeah.
Right.
And what about the place name Dakota?
Dakota. That's one I can't think of.
You'll sing the song in a sec.
I don't know. I give up on that one.
Rocky Raccoon.
Oh,
Black Hills of Dakota.
Back in the Black Hills of Dakota, there lives a young boy.
Now the one you'll try and kick yourself with, and with your dodgy hip, I'd like to film that.
Right.
The Kirkcaldy. Let me spell it for the folks. Kirk, as in Captain Kirk. Caldy. Caldy. Kirkcaldy.
It's off the Let It Be album, is it? No.
No, it's off the White Album.
Ah. Oh, yes.
Let's ease the pain. Cry, baby, cry.
Ah, no,
the
didn't
Duchess
get that one.
of Kirkcaldy.
That was it.
So that's the song, Kirkcaldy, John's song. Amsterdam.
Oh, that was John and Yoko.
What's the ballad?
The ballad of John and Yoko.
The ballad of Johnny Yoko.
John and Yoko.
But strangely, I got a feeling when I wrote the next question, you can imagine it's in this song as well, isn't it? The ballad of John and Yoko.
Isn't it?
Where does the place name, the Eiffel Tower, get a mention? What song?
Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower.
Can
Can I just say, it gets sung quite quick, so maybe you miss it. Gets sung quite quick.
Get sung quite quick.
That's not a clue, hint. It's a hint of a clue.
A hint of a clue.
I can't picture it being sung, to be honest. It's defo in there.
Oh, I know now.
That's
I'm the Walrus.
That's good enough for me.
It's come back to me now.
Glass Onion.
Aye.
It's in Glass Onion.
Well, I'm wrong then.
Well, I'll let you off. You did a pretty good show there. You got almost some of them right.
Right.
Well done.
What's mentioned in I'm the Walrus then? Was something as...
Yeah, sitting on the Eiffel Tower and...
Yellow matter custard.
Yeah, do you know what?
The Eiffel Tower.
I can grab the lyrics if you bear with me, but I'm not gonna waste our time on that.
No.
There you go. Some answers to some places that the Beatles sang songs about.
Right. I was going to ask you when people were born as well. If I can find the answer.
Okay.
There we go.
You're very welcome.
I'd like to know, and don't say Liverpool, where was John born?
John was born October 1940 in Oxford Street Maternity Hospital.
Correct.
Which is Liverpool, I hate to say. And I even know the sisters who were on the shift when he was born, because I found the info in the library.
Did you know?
Yeah.
You went to the
3 or 4 names.
employment records?
There was just a weird record in the library that maybe it should have been a sensitive record, data protection, something. And it wasn't. I thought, oh, hang on. I've struck lucky here. Let me look up the 9th of October, John's birthday. And he was born on the second floor of the Aussie, which is now a student accommodation at the university. And 3 or 4 names came up there. I even got the Ward sister, and there's a lady called Dalrymple. I remember there was a lady called Dalrymple. A lot of Irish ladies get mentioned, because typically, my mother was Irish, and she was a maternity nurse as well. So I often wonder, did my mum have anything to do with it? But she would have been a kid.
Aye.
Okay, so yeah, got that.
So John was born in Oxford Street Maternity.
Oh, great, yeah.
I would also like to know, where was George born?
I felt like a police interrogation there for a second.
Come on, I'll shine the light in your eyes.
I'll tell you anything.
And I'll smoking and you haven't got one. Where was George Harrison born,
he was born at home, if I remember right, and that was in Arnold Grove.
What number?
Ooh, 12?
Correct.
12, yeah.
Arnold Grove.
12
Arnold Grove.
Yeah.
Wavertree, right. I'd also like to know, where is Stu Sutcliffe buried?
Well, famously, Stu Sutcliffe died in Hamburg, and his body was taken back to Liverpool and buried in Huyton Parish Church.
Spelt Huyton.
That's right. I even wrote it like that.
On my sat-nav, it says Huyton.
Does it?
Turn left to Huyton. And I keep telling her, no, you're wrong.
No,
but
love.
She doesn't pay any attention.
No, love, it's not that.
I'd also like to know, where is Brian Epstein buried?
Oh, famously, a place called the Jewish Cemetery.
Because he was Jewish.
In the Long Lane Aintree.
Correct.
So I've been there. It's a very quiet little place. You'd hardly notice it. Next door to a huge, big Christian cemetery.
Yep, they're right next door to each other.
You've got to climb a little wall, because normally the gates are closed. And people have obviously been this way, the way I went.
Yeah.
And if you pay homage to him, his whole family are there now. Clive and his mum and his dad. And if you pay homage, you leave a little stone on the marble headrest, whatever it is.
Headstone.
Yeah, headstone. So it's a nice little sombre little place, but it's nice.
Yeah.
Any others there? Have we answered them all?
That was it. Just those 4 questions. I can see it's taken out of you. I think it's time for a break and a jingle.
I think you're right.
The Beatleplaces podcast with Mark and Carl. Find us under B for Beatles, or P for Podcast, or A for any old rubbish.
Well, that was good.
Did you think so?
That was a nice little jingle.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. I made a lot of effort into that.
You did, I can tell, yes.
Yeah. From here, anyway.
Yeah.
So, welcome, folks. Here we are, Beatleplaces with Mark and Col, our wonderful selves, once again, back on the airwaves, doing our little podcast for a bit of a laugh, enjoying the Beatles in Liverpool and things about Beatles in Liverpool.
Yeah, you can put this on while you're having a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Yeah.
Just walking about.
Yeah. Don't put your mixer on, too noisy.
No, or the Hoover.
Yeah, or the...
Or your vacuum cleaner. There are
Any kind of industrial machinery, just turn it all off for a bit.
Yeah.
So stop that sawing and put down that power drill. So here we are doing Beatles stuff. So if you're accommodating enough, let me look over the B's, because we've talked about Beatle places and Beatle people, and I'll do the repertoire of what is a Beatles B song. So there's a few, and tell me if I've missed anything out, Mark.
I'll have a think.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
It's the pop, I promise you. Beatles songs with a B. Let's see how many you know.
Right.
Baby It's You. Baby It's You.
Aye.
Babies in Black. Baby You're a Rich Man. A lot of babies.
Lot of
in this.
babies.
Yeah, it's like practically need a maternity ward here. Then there's Back in the USSR. And one you probably won't remember as a B. Bad Boy.
Oh, aye.
Not a famously known one. Yeah, Bad Boy, chucked away there. Because, lovely song.
I love Because.
Being for the benefit of Mr. Kite.
Aye, people forget about that one.
Do you reckon?
All you think is benefit of Mr. Kite, but that's a B anyway.
It's a B bit. This is the B bit. An old Beatles hit, Besame Mucho. First song they ever recorded for EMI. Besame Mucho. They didn't release it as a song single thing, but it was the first that first session they went to EMI with. That was the first one they did. I'm not sure if that was the best one to start with.
No, it's not.
It's an old romantic
Just my personal
song.
view. It's a bit of a downer, really.
Yeah. One is quite relative. Mark's got one very soon. Birthday.
I have.
Birthday. I'm going to talk about the song Birthday in just a tick. The lovely song Blackbird. Not
Singing
Blackboard.
in the dead of night.
Not Blackboard, which is all about school and chalk and stuff like that. Blackbird, which was a song on the racial disharmony that was going on in America. I understand. Race riots and so on, 60s. George's song, Blue Jay Way. That was a B song.
Yeah.
Blue Suede Shoes, they couldn't avoid that one. That's on all kinds of things. Chucked away on the BBC album, Live at the BBC. It's also part of the Let It Be bit, because they just sort of used to warm up singing songs like that. And the one Mark mentioned early on in the show, Boys. Ringo song, which is about boys, not girls. And funnily enough, I've heard a version of Boys with the word replaced by girls, sung by girls.
Oh, well.
Buh.
That's all right.
Yeah, but I just didn't expect it, that's all. Yeah. Ballad of John and Yoko is the last B song to mention. So they're the songs.
Yeah. Baby, You're a Rich Man as well.
Have I not mentioned that?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's in the Babies.
Oh, there you go.
In the Babies.
So you said it at the beginning. That was hours ago.
It's all right. I know you lose attention easily. It's one of them things with age.
Did you know that Baby, You're a Rich Man is two songs that were joined together as well to create Baby, You're a Rich Man?
No, I didn't know this. Tell me
it
more.
opens with John's section, originally titled One of the Beautiful People, which he sings, and then moves up a gear for Paul's Rich Man chorus. So it's Baby, You're a Rich Man. So it's a bit of a mixture. The Beautiful People was a term applied to the hip in crowd. So, hey, beautiful people with their long hair and free love and dope and alternative to straight society. So it was all at the back of my mind. Paul said, somewhere there's something which tells me that everything is beautiful. Instead of opposing things like, oh, I don't like that television show, or no, I don't like the theatre, I know that it's all great and everything's great, and there's no bad if I ever can think of it all as great. So I think he was a bit high.
No, I was going to say, what was he smoking?
Yeah.
But the answer is he was a Beatle for goodness sake. You know, everything would have been blooming great for him. So good luck to the fella. Oh, I hope he does well. He's got potential. Good one, that, Mark. So another B song was that birthday song. Mark's got his birthday just up and coming.
Hours away.
I do wish him very well. It was a Paul song when it was composed. Didn't take long to do. I think it was all done on the one day, on the 10th of September 1968 in good old Abbey Road, Studio 2. It was a song celebrating anyone's birthday Paul wanted to do. And so he said, let's do one. Just do a birthday song, because there's only one song out there. And so that's what they knocked together. Not much else to say, really, except they just knocked it off really quick, making up the words as they went along. And it looks like they appeared to be making up as they went along, but they were enjoying it. So that's all right then, but for them anyway. Not much fun for us, though, because listening to it today, it's not as catchy as some can be. But Birthday is a song nonetheless, and I wish Mark a happy birthday when it comes.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank
you very much.
Aye. The man deserves something, doesn't he?
Not much.
So here we are with letter B. Any more B's about before we do any wrapping up of things?
Not really. I can tell you a bit about Blackbird.
Oh, yeah, that'd be lovely. Top it off, yeah.
One story is that Paul woke up early one morning in Rishikesh, when they were in India, to hear a blackbird singing. He picked up his guitar and tried to transcribe the bird's song and came up with the music. He played the bird singing on his guitar. Something like that. What was that?
I think that was my knees.
Right, yeah. Another suggests that he was inspired by news reports of race riots in America and translated the plight of opposed racial minorities beginning to flex their muscles into the image of a bird with broken wings struggling to fly. Paul's stepmother, Angie McCartney, says that it was written for her mother, Edie Stopforth, and that she has a copy of a studio take where Paul says, "This one's for Edie," before recording it. "My mother was staying with Jim and I after a long illness," she says. During that time, Paul visited us and spent some time sitting on my mum's bed. She told him that she had often listened to a bird singing at night. Paul eventually took a little tape recorder up to her room and recorded the sound of this bird. Paul has said that the song was inspired not by a blackbird singing, but by his memory of Bach's Bory in E minor from the lute suite BWV 996 that he had learned as a teenager from a guitar manual.
I've heard this. Yeah, I've heard this. Him and George learned it. Yeah.
God knows what the inspiration is. A bit of each. Everybody's joined in with a bit of it.
Edie Stopforth is a relative of my workmate, Neil. He's a Stopforth as well. So, funnily enough, isn't that strange? And what he was doing was he was staying in his house in Heswell, and he came up with quite a few tunes in Heswell. Golden Slumbers and
was it?
Yeah, there's a few others a bit later, with Abbey Roadish, that he put together, and he wrote there on pianos and stuff. So I'm impressed by that. Yeah, and that tune I've heard it played. I can't remember how I've heard it played. I think George might have had a go at it, but it was kind of like when you learn guitar, there are little pieces you learn which are hard to do, but if you learn it with your mates, you get it eventually. So
I'll have to have a listen to Bach's Bourrée in E minor from the lute suite BWV 996.
I'll go out and buy it in a minute.
Funnily enough, I've got it in my bag.
Your lute?
Yes.
Oh, right. That'll do.
And that record as well. I'll play it later.
Oh, well, later will be another time.
That's a good excuse to get out of that situation.
Well, we're getting out of our situation now, because we hope we've entertained you for a wee while, passed some time, in the company of our good selves, me and Mark, and we did Beatleplaces with Mark and Cole, our regular Beatle fun night out, where we talk about all things Beatles. Guess what we're going to do next time?
I've no idea. Tell me.
The letter C, actually.
Yeah.
Letter C. It was a big build-up.
I'm going back to my primary school days. Letter K.
Was it?
K for cat.
And, not qualified.
No, that's a Q.
Is it? Oh, now you tell me.
Well, thanks for listening tonight.
It's been lovely, thank you. Yeah, been a while and we've enjoyed coming back, and thanks for your attention and time.
You can now go and do something worthwhile.
Yeah, you put that machinery on now.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
you get the drill out, and you're gonna get your JCB in the garden.
Yeah.
A bit late, I know, but you know.
This room could do with a bit of a decorate as well, couldn't it? Should we get the paint out now?
Okay.
I brought my wallpaper with me.
Okay,
and,
yeah.
we
Oh,
can
yeah.
Just,
Book and a paste. That's
I've got
right.
the paste.
Yeah,
I've
that
brought the paste
convenient.
with me here.
I didn't realise you brought all this in while I wasn't looking.
Well, there we go. You do that wall over there.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
All right. La la la. See you soon.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Beatleplaces podcast with Mark and Col. We hope to see you again real soon, and don't forget to visit the gift shop on the way out.